Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today, let's see what's been on the hook. I have a brand new pattern that I'm releasing today. You will have received an email if you are in the community, so be sure to sign up for that. It's down in the description box. This is a brand new shawl pattern. I've been working on this for quite a while, off and on, and I finally decided I'm just going to finish this shawl. So I want to show it to you now. Today I'm releasing a new pattern for my Charlotte's shawl. And here's the pattern. This is it. It's out on Etsy. It's called Charlotte's Shawl. There's a picture of the whole shawl there so you can get a look at what the shawl looks like. There are also some photos in the pattern so that it can help you know where you are. The thing that I really like about this pattern is that there are no stitch counts. No, y'all know I hate stitch counts. I don't like them at all. And I've come up with this pattern that does not demand that you keep stitch counts. I think that really squashes your creativity. So I didn't put any stitch counts in this. You can look at the shawl and say, this looks great, or I'm not really sure about this, or this is lopsided. I don't think you'll have any problem with it, but I wanted to show you the shawl on Crystal, who is my mannequin, and I will then put it on and show you how it looks when I'm modeling it. So Crystal is coming over to let me talk about this. Was actually made with two different yarns. The first yarn is the Pirate's Wheel, which is a fingering yarn, beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I held two strands together. If you watch my YouTube channel, you would know that I pull a strand from the center and I unroll a strand from the outside so that I can use one ball to hold two strands together. And that works for me. It may not work for you, but if you're using a skeined ball of yarn and fingering yarn, you can do the same thing. If you find that inside, pull, and then the outside, and you can work with it that way. Or buy two skeins, which you probably should anyway, and pull from either side of each one, however you usually like to work with your pulling your yarn on your crochet. And then the second color I used was called Shipwreck. And this is also a fingering yarn. These are both very beautiful pearl fingering yarns. They're 100% superwash merino. Not that I'm going to be washing my shawl a lot, but I did buy this because it was on a YouTube channel called The Knot House. And it's Knothouse, The Knot House Yarns is the name of their website. And they have these two yarns, and they had actually knitted a shawl with these two colors, and I thought they were so beautiful. I bought them. So I bought two hanks of this yarn and one hank of this yarn, and I wrote down how much I actually used to make the shawl, and I'll show you that in 1 second. I used 129 grams of the main color, and then of the edging color I used 57 grams. So that is how much yarn I used. I bought two hanks of this, one hank of that, and that made this beautiful shawl. Now let me show you the shawl real quick. I used K and L hooks to make this, and in the pattern I tell you when to use those particular hooks. What I did was I designed the shawl so that it would have some interest in the front and plenty of interest in the back and along the edges as well. I don't use two strands of yarn through the whole shawl, so you'll use fewer strands in order to especially make the edging very delicate. It is very delicate at the end, so it's not stiff because there are two strands being used. I only used one strand here at the bottom of the edging. The edging is not difficult. It is a beautiful, what I consider a beautiful design, but it's very simple. It's nothing that's going to throw you off course. If you are a beginner or maybe an adventurous beginner, you can certainly make this edging, or you can just finish the edging right here and not go any farther, or do a row of single crochet along the bottom. You can do anything you want with this particular shawl. It's not difficult to do, but I wanted to have some interest in the front. And I don't know if you can see that. There are some lines here across the front. And I actually crocheted it so there'd be very few lines on the side, on the back side or the other side. Either side, you can wear it on either side. But there is one line here at the top and then two lines here across. So you can wear it either way. Now, you can wear it with the point in the front. I don't care for it much like that, but I will give it a try. I really like wearing this as an actual shawl, and maybe even with a shawl pin here to hold the shawl together. And then in the back, it's very kind of a large shawl. It's 50 inches across, and then it is 30 inches this way, 30 inches to the point of the triangle. And if you can see this, there are lots of different stitches here. I didn't make it a boring shawl to make. It is very interesting to make, and every row is a little bit different. I think I've just got a couple of repeat rows here, but mostly the rows are different so that it's not boring to make. The instructions are very much conversational, as they always are in my patterns. So I hope you enjoy Charlotte's Shawl. It's on my Etsy shop at On the Hook by Jeannie, Jeanne, and I'll put a link to it down in the description below if you would like to take a look at it. So this again is Charlotte's Shawl. I hope you like it. It's a beautiful shawl for fall. I wanted to try this on for you. I wanted to model my new shawl for you to see how long it hangs on me, and what you can do with all the different ways you can wear it. Now, right now I've turned it down at the top, and probably about 4 inches, and I folded it over in the front, and this is actually the way it wants to hang in the front, so I've got it, you know, just kind of hanging around. It's very easy to wear, and it stays on. This stays on very well. I've worn it around a little bit, and I haven't had any trouble with it falling off or anything, because it can kind of cling to your knit shirt. I have it on a knit shirt underneath, and it does cling very well. You don't have to use a shawl pin, but if you're wearing it over a dress or somewhere where you absolutely didn't want to adjust it ever, you could put a shawl pin right there, and that makes it very beautiful to wear. The edging to me is my favorite part of this shawl, and I'm going to put my hand behind it so you can see. I wanted to make the edging very delicate, so it would hang nicely and have a great drape. So I made the edging with just one strand of yarn instead of two. This is made with two, and it's very warm. I found it to be very comfortable. It's kind of cool today, so I'm wearing this over just a knit top, and it is very, very warm. And if you can see the back of it, I'm going to step out here just a little bit. The back of the shawl is very large. It goes down very far, almost to as past my hip actually. But why I did that was so that if you like a large shawl, you can make the entire shawl. And as I said, you need about 1.5 hanks of a fingering yarn with 100 grams on it, and then about 1/2 of a hank of another one. So you could use even some fingering yarn that you have lying around. Again, I'm going to show you how it looks up front. Now, I did put some ridges in here. You see them right along there. You can wear it on the other side, and there's only one small ridge at the bottom. So either way you want to wear it. It is reversible, so you can wear it on either side. And I really like the way this turned out. This side, I like wearing this side together because it has the ridges that come down and meet. So I really like that. This has really been a fun project for me because you know that I like small shawls or shawlettes. And I thought, I'm just going to go for the gold. I'm going to make a large shawl, and I'm going to make it beautiful and easy to make. So I hope that I've been successful. I hope you'll try it. It's a beautiful shawl, and again, I sent out an email this morning so that if you want to purchase the shawl, you can purchase it at a substantial discount. And any other pattern in my shop, I think now I have 40, maybe have 40 patterns out there that you can purchase with the large discount, and that will be good until October 12th. So be sure to go buy it. If you're going to buy it this week or next, because that's when you can use your discount for being in the community. So I hope you like the shawl. This is Charlotte's Shawl. The pattern is out on Etsy, and let me know if you make it, or send me a picture, put it on Facebook. I would love to see it. Now on to some whips that I'm working on. I finished this, and I had a few days left over, so I thought I would work on my striped vest. And I don't have it right here in front of me, but I do have what I've started, and I've started the ribbing for the back. So I'm working on the back. I'm now halfway through the vest, so I should have that out fairly soon. Another project that I'm working on is a beautiful Malabrigo yarn that I received in the Knit Crate Malabrigo quarterly subscription box, and it was called and I showed this to you when it came in. It's called Washted or Washed. I guess they call it Washed. It's 100% worsted superwash merino, and it's a nice size. It's not too tiny like a fingering weight yarn, and I figured it would be a quick make. So what I did was I started a sweater, and I showed you this last week that I had started a sweater with it, and now I realize that I'm going to need more than 4 hanks. Each hank has 210 yards, but I'm going to be in the 1,000-yard range with this really pretty sweater. And so I quickly went out to the Malabrigo site. I forget where I bought it. Knit Stitch Yarn or something like that. I'll put the name of the website right there. But that is where I found it, and I ordered 2 more hanks, so I have 6 hanks to use to make this. And see, this is my last hank. I had 4, and this is the last ball. I'm really working quickly on this. I already finished the front, and I showed you part of this last week, but I wanted to show you how far I've proceeded with this. This is the front of the sweater, and I will be putting out a pattern for this because y'all have asked me, can you do a long sleeve sweater with the sleeves crocheted into the fabric? Yes, you can. I will say this, when you crochet the sleeves into the fabric, as I've done here, let me get down here where you can see it. This is what it looks like on the end, and it is not decreased. You really can't decrease when you're going this way. I haven't figured out how to do that. I guess I could just stop crocheting at a certain point, but it's so abrupt. I just kept going to the wrist, and now I'm going to show y'all how to decrease at the bottom and add a ribbing, because this will have a ribbing around the neckline. It'll have a ribbing at the bottom of each sleeve, and it will also have a ribbing at the bottom of the sweater. So those are my plans right now, and I have made the front, and you see how low the front is? That leaves me room to put about 1 inch of ribbing around the neckline, and that's what I had planned. So this is what it looks like. It's really hard to hold up. I probably should have put this on crystal, but this is what it looks like so far. See, the sleeves are a little bit short because I'm going to put ribbing at the bottom. So I'm excited to try that. I'm going to come up with the pattern so that you can use that for pretty much any sweater. If you choose to crochet long sleeves into the fabric, then you'll be able to pull that wrist together and put ribbing around the sleeves. And it's so exciting. I love this fabric. Look at this, how beautifully it turned out. And I'm just going to call this Archangel because that is the color of the yarn that I bought. It's called Archangel. So I'm just going to call it that. It is so gorgeous, and the stitch definition is amazing. I think because it's already washed, I'm guessing. I don't know if that's the reason, but look at that stitch definition. It is so gorgeous. I just couldn't stop working on it. So after I finished my Charlotte shawl, I started on this. I already have, let me get my hook out of there. I already have this much made on the back. I've started for the sleeves. See, I chained out for the sleeves, and this is just going to be a rectangle with sleeves attached, and then I will put it together and crochet the edging on and work on that. So I'm also working on my vest. I don't know when that's coming out. So I wanted to get Charlotte shawl out for y'all so you could see this. If you want to make a shawl for fall, this is a really nice one to make. Now, I found this project bag, and this is nothing against Joe, who makes all of our project bags for us. I was on the web and I was looking at some yarn, and I was at a place called Elderflower Stitches, and there's her logo right there, Elderflower Stitches. That's hard to say. She had made some of these bags, and they were for charity, and so I bought one, and I really like it. It finally came. It was from England, and it's been a couple of months, and I had totally forgotten about it, but it came the other day, and I thought I'm going to put this Archangel in there because it's so beautiful, and a lot of the same colors in here that are in the yarn. It's got a nice boxed bottom on it and a drawstring top like that. I'm not used to using those. They're not my favorite, but I bought it for her because she was giving the proceeds to charity. It also has a couple of pockets inside. Look at there, 2 pockets in there that I can slip my pattern notes down in there, so that makes it easier for me to find my notes when I want to make an addition to my notes. Another item that I'd like to show you that I've actually bought, it's not yarn, it's a yarn drum. And y'all have seen this, if you've been watching me for the whole year that I've been on YouTube, which some of you have, I gave away a yarn drum. I think it was for my first 100 or first 1,000 subscribers. And I really love these. Now, I forget what's in them. That's the only thing. There's no way to see what's inside without unzipping the whole thing. But on this one, I bought this from Crochet Surprise. And of course, y'all know that they sponsor my monthly giveaway with a Crochet Surprise subscription box, and love the company. And they offered this out not too long ago to their email list, and it was, I think it was half price. It was, $12 or something. And I thought, well, I'm just going to order one of those because I really, really like it. Now on the outside, unlike my other yarn drum I purchased at Joann's, this has a pocket on the outside, which is nice, and also some sleeves for crochet hooks because it is a Crochet Surprise drum. So it's not really all that great for knitting, although you could put knitting needles down in there. But these are 4 crochet hook openings and then a little bit larger one here. There's another pocket on the other side, and let me see if there are any pockets inside. I actually, it came so wrinkled up that I put 2 big red heart skeins of yarn in here to hold it up. But let's see what was inside. Inside is a shoulder strap that you can hook onto your drum, and there aren't any pockets made into the drum, but there is a little, a small project bag or a small hook holder or whatever you want to call it here. And you can actually hang this on the outside of your drum, so you can carry your scissors and your measuring tape and all that in here and just hook it on the outside of your drum. It's really, really nice. And you can also, excuse me, it does have a zippered pocket right here. I forgot. It has a zippered pocket there, and you can place your yarn in here and be working on your project. Feed your yarn through the hole in the top, and it's big enough to pull the whole skein through. You can do that. Maybe a smaller skein. This thing is huge. This is an ombre super saver I just had on my shelf, but you can basically pull the yarn through it, the yarn ball through it, and you don't have to be locked into a small hole. And that's what I like about the yarn drums. They have a large place that you can pull your yarn from, but it's not so small that it either gets tangled underneath, which I've had happen, or you can't move the project to maybe your table or next to you in the chair. You have to leave it in the drum if it just has a small hole. I hope I'm being clear about that. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, that was something that I purchased that came in the mail this week. Now about my giveaways. Last week I selected 9 winners of the giveaway for the 8,000 subscriber giveaway that I had the week before, 2 weeks before that. And so many people signed up. I really appreciate that. Y'all say that you would watch me even if I didn't have giveaways, but I like to give away things. It just makes me feel good, and I enjoy it. I really do. So I wanted to let you know that the 9 people who won, I actually did send those out last week in the post. So they are gone, and you should have those this week. I think most of them were to be delivered on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. But this week, I'm giving away my very last pouchie, and my pouchies have dwindled down. I've given them away to friends, family, and my YouTube subscribers. So they're all gone except for one. And this is my most popular one. This is the watermelon on the back, watermelon print, and on the front, or inside is actually, this is the front. The front is a vinyl front on it so that you can see what's inside the bag. But behind that is the ruler fabric. Now the ruler fabric is not true to length. It's not correct, but it's cute. But you can't use it to measure anything. It's just a cute little fabric that I bought. So there's a yellow zipper and a red zipper pull on this one. This is the last pouchy that I have. So I'm going to give this away this week. I hope that y'all will sign up for the giveaway. I will entertain all the comments that have the word summer in them, S-U-M-M-E-R, because this is the last pouchy of the summer. If I make any more, they will be Christmas or fall or something like that, those types of fabrics. So this is the last summer pouchy. So if you'll write the word summer in your comment, then you'll be in the running for the giveaway next Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I don't know when I'll be back next, at least by next Monday. I might have a knit video out later this week. If I make some progress on my Archangel, I might jump on and show you that and some other things that I'm working on as well. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and be sure to like and share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And that way, if you hit the notifications, you'll know when I have my next video released. So I hope you have a great week, and thanks for joining me today, and join me next time to find out what's on the hook.